So what y'all thought I was joking? Thought I wouldn't come back? Told you we're gonna do the wit. We're gonna get wit fifth quarter popping. Playoff talk, playoff talk, playoff talk. So we're in week 16. And at the playoffs ended today, these would be the matchups that you're looking at. Saints versus Cards. That would be Calm versus Big Game James. 6 seed Bears, Dre will go against number 3 seed Packers, Corlals. 4 seed G, Cowboys will go against 5 seed Steamers. All right. Money Mascot. Over in the AFC, you would have had, if the playoffs ended today, you got number 2 seed Dolphins. That's Murph. That's Big Murph. Will take on number 7 seed Black Star. Number 3 seed Texans. That's Josh. Will take on number 6 seed Bills. Relly. 4 seed the Bisons would take on, that's Norm, would take on number 5 seed Bengals, DK. That's if the playoffs ended today. We still have this week, week 17 and week 18, right? Right, in week 18. Number 1 seed Ravens in AFC and NFC, number 1 seed Niners. Claw. But the key words in all of this was if playoffs ended today. Y'all already know this time of the year, week to week, it's a game that's played that's called musical chairs. Most of these, well, I ain't gonna say most, but some of these teams you see right now come next week will not be here. More times than none, it's the 7 and 6 seeds. It can definitely happen with the 5 seed, but it depends on what their record is, right? But definitely 6 and 7 seed is normally a musical chairs type thing. 7 seed will fall to 6, 7 seed will fall out, just like it did last week. Last week, number 7 seed was the Seahawks. Seahawks took on the Cards. Seahawks lost. Now Cards number 7 seed. So that will be the case today. Now, as you can see, this would be the matchups. Now let's go look and see the standings now. Right? Let's go look now and see what the standings are. In the AFC, as you remember, the number 7 seed right now is the Browns. He's 9 and 5. The teams behind him is the Raiders at 7 and 7. The Steelers 7 and 7. Jags, safe to say, season done. So the Raiders and Steelers right now have a slight window to get in. They need help. They got to win rest of their games, and they need some help. As you can look a little further over, the Raiders and Steelers both lost their last 2 games. Both opponents were 7 and 5, but they both lost 2 in a row. That's knocked them to 7 and 7. That's got them hanging on to playoff hope by a string. But again, there's still an outside chance, right? They just need some help to get in. So the number 7 seed is the Browns. Number 6 seed is the Bills. He's at 5 losses once again. Okay, that's Raiders. All right, bet. Yeah. So Raiders won't get in. So you could dead them. They CPU. So the Steelers is the only team that got a shot to get in. And like I said, 6 and 7 seed, right? Remember what I just told y'all? 6 and 7 seed is the teams that normally play musical chairs. If the Bills win this week and Browns lose, it stays where it's at. If Bills lose and Browns win, Bills fall to the 7th seed. But it's only between them two right now because the Steelers is 2 games out. So right now, the Steelers, the magic number right now for Bills and Browns is 2. You win this week, you win week 17, that's it, you're in. Because the Steelers need either team. That's right, the Bills already played. He's in. He's 10 and 5. The Browns needs to win this week, and then the Browns need to win week 17, and he's in. Steelers need to win out, and he needs some help. If the Bills win next week, that's it. He punches ticket, he's in. So, again, these last couple of weeks, hey, stop doing that. These last couple of weeks are going to be real interesting. Over in the NFC, the number 7 seed is the Cards. He's 8-6. The Seahawks are 8-6. The number 6 seed is the Bears, sitting at 10-5. Me myself, 8-7. I'm so mad that we 8-7. We got so many bogus losses on here. It's not a game. But whatever. We put ourselves in a situation, so we gotta deal with the consequences. But we played our game this week. We won. We need some help now. You know what I mean? Week 18, we play the Seahawks. Might not even matter, but it might just matter. Cards hanging on to a 1-game lead over the Seahawks. The Cards got the tiebreaker over the Seahawks, and he got a 1-game lead over the Eagles. I believe he actually has the tiebreaker over the Eagles too, so we need him to drop at least 2 more. The Bears, we got the tiebreaker. I think I played Dre this season, or that was last season. I'm not sure. But I know I beat the Bears, and if it wasn't this season, it was last season, it doesn't even matter. But if it was this season and we got the tiebreaker, we need the Bears at least drop 2 more. You know, so these last couple of weeks means everything. To anybody that's out, that doesn't have a shot, this is your chance to step up and play spoiler and get yourself some incentives. So you go into the next season with some incentives. You go into the season with a good draft pick. You know, take advantage of all opportunities being presented to you. So with that being said, now let's go now and take a look at what we have for the schedule. Team schedule, that is. So we on. Now let's go back to the beginning. Let's see. Bears is 10-5, right? We need him. Bears. He won against the Shamrocks. He plays Seahawks, big game. He plays Cowboys, big game. Bears have 2 big games. If he win either game, he's in. If he lose both games, oh, it gets interesting. I could go check if I played Dre this season. No, we didn't play Dre this season. That was last season. So then for me and Dre, if I went out and Dre loses last 2 games, it will come down to the conference record. So Bears is not in just yet. He got some last 2 games is big time. Cowboys, right? Cowboys right now leading the division. Bills. Let's go back to the Bills real quick. Bills is they succeed. Let's see who they got. They play DK, big game. Then they play the computer. So Bills got 5 losses. Bills is in. Even if he loses the DK at 6 losses, the Steelers still can't catch him. So the Bills is in. We can just go ahead and set that for us now for the away team. So the Bills is in. So now that just leaves the number 7 seed, who is currently the Browns. Who does the Browns play his last few games? He got to play big game. He got to play the Dragons. Rico, yes, this is an ascendant game for you. You win this game, you knock the Browns to 6 losses. E-ball, you have an ascendant game. If the Browns lose that game and he lose this game, so you have 7 losses. Even if he don't lose that game, this is an ascendant game for you, because if you lose this, okay, bet, right. But either way, you win regardless, though. You just can move up, but you're in. Here we go. Here's what's interesting with the Browns. Browns got 3 games left, right? Who's waiting for him to slip up? The Steelers. How many losses the Steelers got? 7. If the Browns lose either of these 2 games, that'll put him at 6. He then have to play Pittsburgh. Whereas that if he lose that game, he'll now have 7 losses, and they would have split on the season. Then you have to go to the division record and things like that. So the Browns got to handle his business. He got to take out the Dragons. He got to take out the Blues. Then he ain't got to worry about the Steelers. The Steelers is his hardest game left for him. He win these 2 games, he's good. But both these teams have incentive games. Blues and Dragons. So that's the situation with the Browns. One second, y'all. Then next up, who else fighting? The Cards. He's hanging on to a spot. He has 6 losses. His last few games, he gets a win against the Rams. Let's go ahead and set his win. He gets the force. Then he plays the Niners. Then he plays the Rams again. He gets another force. This time it's force for the away team. So the Cards got a very, very big, crucial Week 17 matchup. If he lose Week 17, that'll put him at 7 losses. Then he has to worry about the Seahawks, because the Seahawks right now only has 6 losses. So that's a big game for the Cards. Cowboys, right? He has 5 losses. Who's his last few games? He played the Commanders. He should win that, but you never know. Commanders, this is a sensitive game for you. Then he plays Trey Dog. A sensitive game for Trey Dog. Then he plays the Bears. Big game, depending on what the Bears do before then. So now the Eagles can easily go from playing for a wild card to now playing for the division. These last few games are crucial for many different teams. Dolphins straight. Myself. We just played the Giants. We won that. We played the Colts, right? We ain't taking nobody for granted. We must win that. And then this game comes down to be big time. I got 7 losses. Seahawks got 6 losses. Cards still got to play the Niners. It's going to get interesting. Cowboys got tough games. A lot of big, important games left. What else we got? Who else we got? I think that might be it as far as the teams that's playing for something. Seahawks. What does he have left? He has the Orlando, K-Lou. I'm not gonna lie, that's gonna be a dangerous game for the Seahawks if K-Lou shows up. K-Lou, this is an incentive game for you. Then he plays the Bears. Big game for him against the Bears. Then he plays the Eagles. So the Seahawks got some tough games left remaining on his schedule. Steamers are good, right? He's the 5 seed. What does he got left? He plays the Packers. Then he plays Daz. Then he plays K-Lou. Nothing is guaranteed, but his toughest game left is against the Packers. He should be good. Steelers, P. Earl on the outside looking in. He plays the Pats. Then he plays the Saints. Tough game. And then if this game means anything, he plays against a team that already beat him. Steelers got their hands full. But, I mean, hey, Pearl is a vet. He know how to lock in and take it one game at a time. And that's it for the games that means something. Now let's go to the predictions. And let's go to recap. So here we go. We had the Dolphins take on the Bisons. Dolphins won 34. It's always playoff races, bro. It's playoff races every season. It always comes down to the final few weeks of the season. you know. And that's why I say even for guys who don't have nothing to play for, you do have something to play for, because you get something for playing, but you get something bigger for winning. So take these incentive games serious, please. Bisons, they lost this one 34-31, but Bisons, they've been, listen, the one thing he did was he kept his word. He said he's back this season. He's going to make some noise. I believe he's in first in his division. So he looking like he got that under the wraps. He figured some things out, right? He figured some things out. So shout out to the Bisons for locking in and bouncing back, because they started out slow. I don't even think the Bisons made the playoff shot at all in any season. But he said this is his season. He's going to bounce back and do something, and he's been living up to that. Cowboys blew out the Colts in this one. Houston blew out the Browns 35-7. Packers beat the champ, beat the Patriots by 15. The Cards blew out the Seahawks 37-8. That was big right there. That was big time. I didn't see that one coming. Even if I would have picked the Cards to win this game, I definitely wouldn't have had that score. And then we had Bears and Bucks. Bears jumped all over the Bears, 52-18. Jags beat the Giants 44-30. Ravens beat the Steelers 51-36. Colts got the Saints beat the Raiders in this one before he got booted. This was a force. Now on to week 16. Eagles and Giants, man, we played this game in the snow. Dangerous game, man. I don't like playing in snow games. I can't front. They just hit different. They feel different. If guys don't move the same, wide open passes be sailing. It's hard. It's tough out there playing in snowstorms, but it was just important to get it done. You know what I'm saying? And we came out with the win, and we was happy to get out that snow and get back to the locker room. Because right now, we are on that bubble. We can't afford no more losses. Jags and Colts. Jags won this one 35-14. Next up, we got Steelers and Packers. This is a big game right here, right? Because if I'm not mistaken, the Steelers still got a chance for the division, I think, unless I'm wrong. But in any case, the Steelers are the 5th seed, but they got about, I think, 5 losses themselves. So they lose this, they'll have 6 losses, and now they open up the door for some heartbreak to come along. So Steelers got to get to come along and take care of their business. They're going against the Packers. Packers at home, might be a terrible snowstorm. Snowstorms don't match up for the Steelers. Money Mask, I like to air that ball out. This fits Packers perfectly. He likes to run that ball in the snow. You are definitely destined to run. I got Packers winning this one over the Steelers. I'll take Packers 23, Steelers 14. Next, we got Browns and Dragons. Big game for the Dragons. Big game for the Browns. But Dragons is definitely trying to play spoiler. You know, Browns dropped the 6 losses. Things get very, very interested into week 17. Browns cannot come into this game feeling like, all right, we got the Dragons. They out. We got this. No. That's when you make a mistake. Browns must come in and handle his business. Now, I think he will. But if he comes into this game horse playing, it could be a bad situation. But we'll see. I got the Browns, though. I'm going to take Browns in this one, 31-17. Next, we got Cowboys and Commanders. Commanders, like I said, one of them teams that you look at his record. To me, he's better than what his record says. He just can't stop making the crucial turnovers and at the wrong times. I'm going to take the Cowboys to win this as bad as I want the Commanders to win. I'm really hoping the Commanders even play, just for the Cowboys to risk some injuries. But I'm going to take the Cowboys to win this one. I'll go 33-24. Next, we got Pats and Steelers. Steelers know what's on the line. He can't afford to come out and drop the ball. I'm going to take the Steelers to win this one over the Patriots. Steelers 33, Patriots 20. Next, we had Bengals against the Ravens. Bengals won this one 52-42. Ravens are still number 1 seed, but good win for the Bengals, but both defenses did not come into this game to play. Next, we got Bucks and Falcons. This game is battle of the draft picks. If this game gets played, I'll go Bucks in this one. I'll take Bucks 23-17. Next, we got Saints and Niners. Didn't get to catch this one. Saints suffered his first loss of the season. That's sending a message, right? That's sending a message to the Saints. Saints had a chance to really, really send a message to the Niners, because even though the Saints was undefeated, he didn't play the Niners up until now. His only loss right now is to the Niners. Should these two meet in the playoffs, the Saints know that's the team that we lost to. We got to get back. San Francisco coming to that game saying, all right, we just beat them. We can beat them again. A lot of times, these matchups is nothing more than just one team more confident than the other. And I ain't necessarily just talking about the user. I'm even talking about the built-in momentum on the game. You don't think it's built-in momentum on the game? Lose 2 games in a row. See what happened. You ever played it? Forget that. You ever played the game and you threw a pick in the end zone and all of a sudden the game just took a turn, right? You was up 14-0 with a chance to go up 21-0. You threw a pick in the end zone. The opponent come down and score, and then it's like all of a sudden the floodgates open up. As the game has built the momentum. I've always told y'all that way before the Madden added the home field momentum and all that stuff, the games has built the momentum. You know, that's just what it is. But this is a big time win for the Niners. Saints not tripping about this too much, but you best to believe he definitely wanted to win this game. But the flip side to that is, so did the Niners. Niners desperately wanted to get that number 1 seed back, and he desperately wanted to be the first team to give the Saints his first L. Mission accomplished. Saints have, if these two meet in the playoffs, Saints has to come and make a point to the Niners. Niners made his point. He just drew first blood. I'm interested to see this playoff matchup if these two meet in the playoffs. But big win, close game, both teams battled. Niners came out on top. Titans and Chargers, both teams are out. Titans had a letdown season opposed to last season. Chargers, they just been disappointing the last few seasons. Don't know what quite went on with them. They just took a turn for the worse. They had one good season, and that was that. Not sure if this game will get played, but if it does, I'm going to take Titans in the upset. I'll take Titans this week, 27-24. Bills and Blues. E-ball, man. Don't know what's going on with E-ball. It seems like every week I look up, E-ball is losing by multiple scores. Didn't get it done. Bills quietly made a hell of a push in the second half of the season, right? Because he started out slow. Morale was low. Team confidence was low. It was looking like he gonna miss another playoffs, but he turned it around, turned the season around. That's what you call gut check, right? What you made of? Are you just gonna throw in the towel when things looking gloomy, or are you gonna fight and give it your all and just let the chips fall where they may? Bills fought back. He's in the playoffs. You know, he's in no matter what happens from this point. So, shout out to the Bills for turning their season around. Bisons, they get the force over the Raiders. Dolphins and Texans. Nice win for the Dolphins over the Texans. We know Josh actually is the current AFC champ. Made to the bowl last season. Texans one of them teams that put the league on notice. When you come in to play against the Texans, you got to show up. Bottom line. You know, good win for the Dolphins. I got to say, the Dolphins, at this point in time, right? It's like for the Dolphins, it's like Super Bowl or bust. Because every year you look up, Dolphins is number 1 seed or number 2 seed, constantly winning the division, making the bowl, making AFC chips, but he just keep coming up short. I tell you this. All right, hold on. I tell you this. You keep knocking at that door, eventually it's got to open, right? So Dolphins been very consistent. He's been one of the most dominating teams in the league, even though he hasn't won the bowl. It's not all about winning the bowl. I mean, it is about winning the bowl, but you can't just focus on that. There's only could be one Super Bowl winner, but so I said in Dolphins' case, it's Super Bowl or bust, but it's not necessarily that. I don't want to say that, but trust you me, Murph is definitely he's just expecting to win one. He's been coming close. He's been consistent, right? Having big, huge records every season, but just coming up a little bit short. So the competitor that I know that Murph is, he definitely feeling like any day now. And this is a big win over a Texans team who went to the bowl last season. Orlando against Seattle. Again, this game right here, Seahawks is the favorite, but I'm telling you, K-Lou is one of them guys that come out and have a sneaky good performance when you least expect it. I'm gonna take the Seahawks to win because he got a lot to lose. But I'm telling you, it wouldn't surprise me if this game was tight. But I'll take Seahawks to win this 30-20. Next, we got Bears and Shamrock. This game was played. Bears won this one. This game was a lot closer than I know that the Bears expected. But nevertheless, he got it done. He left this game. He escaped this game with a 4-point victory. And he moves on to week 17, holding down his spot. Advance is tomorrow, I believe. So knock the games out. Again, anybody who's out the playoffs, you got incentive games against somebody who's trying to hold on to a spot. Play that game. Don't just give them no free walk. If you got a chance to earn something, why not take advantage of that? So just another reminder about that. And that's it. We covered the predictions. We covered the recap. Now we're just waiting for week 17, which is tomorrow. And I'll see y'all on the next 5th. I'm out.